Hey consumers, welcome back to Amateur Consumption. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Mary.
You may have remembered a couple weeks ago when we were looking at Malbec, we were looking at a Kirkland Malbec. We're going to continue down that line and look at Kirkland wines in general. We're going to start off with their Prosecco.
So Prosecco in general is from the Veneto region in Italy, so around Venice, as is this one. And it has the DOCG specification, so that means that it's from a specific region that gets that accreditation, essentially. So that's a really good sign to start off with, that this Kirkland Prosecco even has that. Otherwise, if you haven't had Prosecco before, think of it like cheaper Italian champagne.
Gets me every time. Every time.
Cool. One thing we've noticed with Prosecco versus champagne is the bubbles in Prosecco tend to be a little bit bigger.
And you can see the size of bubbles, but also it acts differently on your tongue. Mm-hmm. And so the smaller the bubbles are, the likelihood the larger or the more they're going to be, and you're going to kind of feel that kind of across your palate. Where the larger the bubbles are, it may be more sporadic, but a different texture.
Should we smell it?
That is what we do at the beginning of these videos, typically.
Yeah, but it's bubbles. I don't know. Just okay.
If you take too big of a sniff of bubbles, it's like you can't like breathe.
Because the gas.
Mm-hmm. What do you smell?
It's like lemon, citrus, a little floral, just very like fresh and bright.
Mm-hmm. I do smell the idea of like carbonation and gas too. That smell kind of when you open up a fresh soda almost.
Cool. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Very
it's
crisp.
a little bit sweet for a Prosecco.
It is.
It's not quite as dry as a lot of the other Prosecco that I've had, but I think a lot of people would really prefer that and like that. And something like champagne tends to also be a little bit sweeter than Prosecco, so it kind of makes sense that if you're trying to mimic that a little bit, that the style might end up being a little bit sweeter.
When I drink this, I feel like I don't get a lot of that carbonation texture across my tongue, so that really like lends itself to those bigger bubbles you were talking about, just a lower carbonation. It's sweet, but in the back of your palate, I get a lot of dryness.
Yeah.
It's sweet on the front, dry in the back. It's not syrupy or coating at all.
No, I think it's just very fruit forward, like a lot of that natural sweetness of citrusy flavors coming through.
Definitely.
So another thing to note about this Prosecco is that the alcohol content is at 11%. I honestly don't really know if that's... You need some more.
Yeah.
If that is normal for Prosecco. I've never really paid attention enough. But it is nice because I feel like a lot of time when I'm drinking Prosecco, I end up drinking more than one glass of it. So it's nice that it's a little bit lower in alcohol content to prevent any, hangovers and stay safe and all of that.
I really like Prosecco, bubbly in general, but Prosecco specifically because of its versatility when pairing with food. It's white, so any of those typical white things, so like the white sauce, seafood, chicken, those concepts pair well with it. But just if you're getting appetizers or something like that at the bar, bubbles is a really great combination to add there. Think of it kind of like as mineral water, but with alcohol. Flavors are going to be different, but it's really easy to pair with.
Yeah, it's definitely a good go-to if everyone's getting a mix of different foods and you aren't really sure what would work. Your best bet is probably to get something with bubbles.
And that includes rosés as well, so don't shy away from them. One of my favorite parts about this bottle is it comes in right at $6.99, and that's a great value. And that's a great value if you want to have it to celebrate something important, if you want to have it for brunch and have mimosas with it. It's a great value to get sparkling wine.
So what would you rate this wine?
I don't think it's necessarily above average, but I really am starting to like sparkling wine more.
Yeah, I think I'd come in maybe at like a 6.
Yeah,
because it's good, and I like bubbles a lot, but it's nothing crazy. I think it's above a 5 for me.
Yeah,
but
it's just above average.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think for one of our first Kirkland reviews, this one definitely was a win.
Absolutely. I think that's really going to be most of the Kirkland bottles. Very optimistic with what they have to offer, and I have a feeling that I'm going to really like the value of what they bring to the table. Thanks so much for watching this week's episode where we took a look at Kirkland wines. Thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you loved it, and we'll see you on Wednesday for a new series.
Drink more wine.